What up, nerds? It was Leslie's birthday, and the boys over at the Codex Cantina created a tag, the Nerdy Narrative tag. I was tagged by my good friend Andrew over at Get Right On In, so let's do the Nerdy Narrative tag. Hello lovely book dragons, and welcome back to another video. As I said, we're doing the Nerdy Narrative book tag. This is a tag created by the Codex Cantina boys for Lezlie, our wonderful Lezlie, because she's an awesome human being, and so they inspired themselves by her intro, because in her intro she always talks about all the genres that she reads, and so they created a tag inspired by her intro, by the awesome Lezlie, by the awesome, amazing being that she is, and my good friend Andrew over at Get Right On In tagged me, and I am here to do this tag today. So, without further ado, nerds, let's get right on in. Question 1. Science fiction. What is a futuristic or imaginative element in a book that you are glad is not real? So, this question took me a while to figure out, because some stuff I'm like, okay, other things I really wouldn't want, but the one thing I really wouldn't want, and actually this is inspired by the latest Justice League movie, it is, you know, devices that can read your mind. So imagine if someone put like something on your head and they could read everything. Like if they're like, where have you hidden the precious book? And then they put something on your mind and then they see it because your brain just tells them the information. I'm glad that kind of stuff isn't real. Question number 2. Horror. What has been the scariest moment for you while reading a book? So I am a huge scaredy cat, so I don't read anything that's like horror or even the thrillers I can do, but I always make sure that I don't get scared, so I like read when Melvin is in the room or during the day. But I'm gonna twist this into scary, but different scary, not like jump scared, but like scared for my own well-being. And that was while reading The Faithful and the Fallen. Especially when I started Ruin. I read the first 116 pages and then I put the book down for like a week because I was so terrified of what was going to happen. I didn't want any of my favorites to suffer. And so I was really scared of what was coming. And then when I was reading it, it was like, you know, when you watch a movie and you watch it like this and you have like one eye poking out like this, it's kind of like how I was reading that book. And then when the ending came, I had a lot of emotions. And yeah. That I was really scared. Question 3. Fantasy. What would you import from a fantasy world into our own world? The obvious answer is magic. I mean, I would love to be able to have magical abilities. I think I would import a heart magic system though. I probably would import elemancy, to be honest, because it would be so cool to have elementic powers. It would also be scary, but magic. But more than anything, I would love animal companions. And we already have animals, right? But it would be so cool to be able to communicate with them. Question 4. Comic/manga. What's a comic you enjoyed or one you have wanted to check out? So for this question, I'm actually going for manga, and a manga that I've really enjoyed, like this is way back when I was a young teen, I really loved Sailor Moon. I still own all of my French editions of Sailor Moon. I loved it so much, and I'm actually kind of due for a reread. I think I would love to visit it now as an adult and see what I think, but I loved Sailor Moon back then. One that I really want to read is Full Metal Alchemist. I've heard it is phenomenal and I really want to get to it. Question 5. Literary fiction/classics. What's a classic book you've been meaning to get into but haven't yet? For this, I'm going to go with a classic sci-fi, and that is Dune by Frank Herbert. I have been meaning to read this book for a while now. It is one of my best friend's favorite books. I actually started it last year and it wasn't as intimidating as I thought it was going to be, but I wasn't in the mood for it. And so this year it is on my top 10 books to read in 2021, and I really want to read Frank Herbert's Dune. I mean, I just have to. Question 6. The Busy Bee. What book would you like to share with all your friends? Guys, I just did why you should read The Final Empire. I will always go with The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. Why? Because I think it is a perfect book to begin your fantasy journey. It is a book that kind of skirts the line between YA and adult. It is adult, but there's not any, like, the themes aren't so dark. There's not gratuitous violence. There's no sexual assault and all that stuff. So the themes are not as dark as in like a traditionally more grimdark fantasy, for example, which is a lot of what I read. And it is adult, but it doesn't have like the crazy insane prose where you're like, what is he even trying to say? Brandon Sanderson has a very easy writing style to get into. And it is a book that can be read as a standalone. I mean, the series is amazing, but if you don't want to get past that one book, you still have a good high story in a magical, fantastical world. So, The Final Empire. I have a why you should read. the Final Empire. Question 7. Influencer. If you could have influenced an author to make a different decision in a book, what would it have been? For this one, I'm gonna go with The 10,000 Doors of January by Alex E. Harrow. I love that book. I gave it 4 stars. Wow, the whole time I was reading it, I was just captured by it because I don't really like too lyrical, purpley writing, but hers was just perfect. It was like the perfect mix of like poetic, but not too much. And her imagination was great. It is a portal fantasy, also a little bit books about books. And I loved it, but the ending. It was the ending that to me was a bit too rushed. It was a bit, everything wrapped up a little bit too quickly. And I would have asked her to add a couple hundred pages and make it a different ending, like not even different as in the ending, just the way we got there, to just add a little bit more, and that would have been great. Question 8, the birthday wish. What book do you want for your birthday? So this question was because it was Leslie's birthday in March, and that's why this question is here. My birthday is in September, so I still have a ways to go. I think I would always say like a special edition of a book, or just any book on my wish list. But yeah, a special edition would probably be cool, but yeah. And question 9, the invite. Who are you inviting to your BookTube party? Tag some friends to share cake with. So I'm going to be tagged Gregory over Grégory Laperche. I'm going to tag Lyra. I don't think you've done this, have you? I don't remember. See, it's crazy. I think Erica has done it. Clearly Andrew has done it since he tagged me. I'm going to tag Pete over Ponderings of Pete. I'm going to tag Rima. I'm going to tag Stephanie. There we go. I'm going to tag those people. I will leave all of your channels and their channels linked down below. And yeah, that is a short and sweet The Nerdy Narrative tag. If you haven't checked out Lezlie, I highly recommend that you would. Lezlie is one of those people in the community. Every time I click on one of her videos, I feel better. I just feel happy. She is so sweet. She's so kind. And the way that I got to know Lezlie, except just like following her channel, commenting on her videos, she followed me, she commented on my videos. What really brought us together was The Faithful and the Fallen by John Gwynne, because she loves that series. And when I picked up my list, I was like, hey, is it okay if I just yell at you about everything that's happening? She's like, yes, please, yell at me about everything that's happening. And I pretty much didn't buddy read them with her, but I was constantly messaging her, oh my gosh, this, oh, this is my theory, oh, I think this, oh my gosh, I thought about this. And she was just so nice to have there when I was reading these books. And she was the one who told me, the second you finish Ruin, start Wrath, because it will help you. And if I hadn't had Lezlie, I probably would have waited, and I would have been devastated for so long. So yeah, that is how I kind of became friends with Lezlie, through John Gwynne's books. And I will always associate reading The Faithful and the Fallen to Lezlie, and that she is just the kindest human. And I just love Lezlie. So Lezlie, if you're watching this, thank you so much for your friendship, and I wish you a belated birthday, even though I wished you on your birthday, but again, I wish you again a happy birthday, and thank you so much for being such a great part of this community. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments down below, what is an element of a fantastical world that you would bring into our own world? And if you don't have anything to comment, but you want to let me know that you're here, leave the stack of books emoji in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very soon with another video. Bye!